Video, I want to talk about something that is not very spoken about in regards to limiting beliefs. So basically, what I saw, in my case at least, is that limiting beliefs are like, as I said before, an hydra. So you get a kraken, an octopus, like you get the tentacles, but the real body, the full body, oftentimes is under, okay? And the tentacles are the actual ones that come to mind that are easily searchable and identifiable, while the octopus is just very, very deep down. And as I said in another video, this octopus often is woven into us, is born out of trauma. So it's not more of a true negative belief, it's a mixture of common belief, pain, and a traumatic experience that has grown and crystallized into this entity, because that's what it is. It's an entity. And while the offshoots of the thing, okay, are weaker and are more manifest, but I think like many self-help books and even in the manifestation workspace, many want to challenge the negative belief by showing it evidence, okay, by using the standard neuroscience approach. I don't know how to say it. So basically, you take one thought and then you start to provide evidence of it not being true, which is absolutely good. Okay, it works for eradicating the small ones, but at least for me, the big ones require an emotional reaction. And that's why revision, the Neville Goddard revision, if you're able to do that, if you're able to pinpoint the actual event that started the crystallization of the negative belief, is very important. And if you don't actually have one single event, that's the problem, and that's exactly what I'm trying to find. So, a way in order to emotionally eradicate this thing, even though it doesn't have one single pinpoint of origin. So you can try to revise. What I find useful for myself is that they lose like power when I do have incredibly positive and a strong self-concept against them. So they lose power when I do feel very elevated emotions, and when I step into my true power, into our true power, that is to be actually a co-creator of reality instead of a mere animal that reacts to things. Okay, and the key weapon that these entities use is, of course, not making you realize that you have the power, and making themselves, as with all dark forces, should I say, they make themselves much scarier, much louder, much bigger. They're just smoke, okay? They hood up like a cobra, okay? They basically try to scare you in order for them to be left alone. And this is something, also the fact that they are so cloudy sometimes that you just cannot pinpoint the origin, is another way in which they try to stay hidden from you. And of course, there's also a part of our fear, because facing these things is painful, definitely. So this is just a little message. Not always you need to use the peer-reviewed or the most straightforward approach. Okay, sometimes you need a more emotional reaction, and it depends on which kind of limiting belief you're trying to kill, essentially.